Hello students of class 12. We have already finished the explanation of the poem Shall I Compare Thee to Summer's Day? And today, as I had already said, that today we are going to discuss the question and answers. Today I'm going to discuss, I have given the questions in the PDF and I'm going to discuss the answers of the short questions in today's class. Okay. The first question is what is the main idea of Sonnet 18? I repeat, the first question is what is the main idea of Sonnet 18? The main idea of Sonnet 18 is that time will not be able to devour the youthful beauty of the poet's friend, as he will immortalize his friend's beauty through his verse. This will be the answer for the first question. The next question is, who is referred to as thee in the title of the poem? Who is referred to as thee in the title of the poem, or to whom is Sonnet 18 addressed? Now, in some of the some places we find that it has been addressed to one W.H. and probably the Earl of Southampton, but we will just keep it as the poet's friend. So we will write it in this way, that here D refers to the poet's young friend. Okay, or Sonnet 18 is addressed to the poet's young friend. Then the next question is, what does the poet mean by the expression summer's leaf hath all too short a date? I repeat, what does the poet mean by the expression summer's leaves hath all too short a date? Hath, I have already told you while explaining it, that it is an old usage. It means has. Okay, so summer's leaves, as I told you, that it is the span. Okay, it refers to the span of the season. So what you can write for this answer is that summer's leaves had all too short a date, is that the poet wants to point out to the fact that summer season is short-lived. Okay, that is the brevity of summer season, or that summer season is short-lived. Then the next question is, what does eye of heaven refer to? I repeat, what does eye of heaven refer to? Okay, eye of heaven, that is the poet personifies the sun. Okay, and here eye of heaven refers to the sun, and he has personified the sun in this way. Now, how does every fair from fair sometimes decline? I repeat, how does every fair from fair sometimes decline? Every fair from fair, I told you that fair means all beautiful objects or beautiful people. It refers to that. And the next fair refers to the beauty in general. So when you write the answer, how does every fair from fair sometimes decline, you say that all beautiful means all objects of beauty, all not only objects of beauty, that is all worldly objects. Okay, all worldly things are temporary and they are subject to decay and destructions. And all beautiful things lose their beauty with the passage of time, or sometimes by misfortune or by accident. Is it clear to you? I once again repeat that all beautiful things lose its beauty with the passage of time, or by misfortune or accident. Okay. And you can also add this point that all worldly things are temporary, are ephemeral. Okay, all are temporary. Ephemeral means temporary. So all worldly things are temporary in nature, and they are subject to decay and destruction. Okay. That is everything. When we are born, we know that we will die one day. So everything has its end. So that is what it means over here, that every fair from fair, that is all fair things, that is all beautiful things will lose its beauty with the passage of time as a natural course of law. But and sometimes through accident or misfortune. Then the next question is, why does the poet begin with a poem with a question? Why does the poet begin the poem with a question? The poet begins the poem with a question to drive home the point that to drive home the point that summer has its drawback. Okay, but according to him, his friend's beauty is flawless. Okay, so that is, you can also write this, that he asks the question, he begins the question, begins the poem by asking a question if he should compare his friend's youthful beauty to a summer's day, but he makes his point very clear that his friend is more lovely and more temperate than a summer's day, as summer has its drawbacks but his or flaws, but his friend is but his friend is flawless, absolutely flawless. Okay. Then the next question is, how is the gold complexion dimmed? Now the gold complexion is used with reference to the sun. So you can say that the gold complexion is by this phrase the poet means that the gold complexion is at sometimes dimmed when the sky is overcast, that is when the sun is hidden behind the clouds. What will make the beauty of his friend eternal? So this is something we have been repeating it in the poem every time. Okay, his beauty, the beauty of his friend, or the youthful beauty of his friend will become eternal as he would immortalize his beauty through his verse, and as long as readers read his poems, the beauty of the poet's friend will remain youthful forever, or the beauty of his friend will remain young forever. Now the next question is, What shall death not brag in Shakespeare's Sonnet 18? Once again, I'm repeating the question. What shall death not brag in Shakespeare's Sonnet 18? The death cannot brag or death cannot boast of destroying the beauty of the poet's friend. Apparently, death might take away the life of outwardly. Death might boast of taking away his friend, as death is inevitable to any person who is born. But through the verse of the poet, he will become eternal. Okay, once again I'm repeating it, that death cannot boast of destroying the beauty of beauty of the poet's friend. Apparently, death might boast of taking away his friend, as death is inevitable to any person who has taken birth, but the beauty of his friend will remain forever through his verse. Then the next is, why does every fair object lose its beauty? It has already been answered, by the natural course of law. Okay, or as it says, nature's changing course, by the natural course of law, or by some kind of misfortune or ill luck. Means misfortune or accident. Means accident also is a misfortune. Now the next question is, what is the poet's declaration in the last two lines? The poet declares that so long as there is man is alive on this earth, and that is, he addresses his readers, that so long as the readers read his poem, the beauty means the youthful beauty of his friend will last forever. That is the declaration. What attempt has been made by the poet through Sonnet 18 to immortalize, means the beauty of a mortal being, that is his friend? What is nature's changing course? I have already given the answer. What is the structure of Sonnet 18? Now the structure of Sonnet 18 is that Sonnet 18 is written in the pattern of Shakespearean sonnet, and it has been divided into 3 quatrains, and it ends with a rhyming couplet. Give an example of an image used in Shakespeare's sonnet. You can give any image, that is, rough winds shake the darling buds of May, or the eye of too hot the eye of heaven shines. Any of the example if you give, that is okay. Okay, so with this we come to the end of the short answers. Okay, hope you will be able to write the answers, and please write every answer in complete sentences. Thank you, students.